Hi guys, this is Carol. I want to invite you to swatch with me my Valentino collection. I have had this collection for quite some time and use it very sparingly. And I realize the reason why I don't use it as much as I should is because I have no idea what the colors look like. So I decided to swatch them. And it was quite revealing how absolutely amazing and beautiful some of the colors were. And I could not wait to share this swatch with you guys. I even caught some of the colors, one of the colors playing nicely with others, and it's a nugget that's in this collection that I would like you to stay tuned to see Valentino powder playing nicely with others. I am definitely and absolutely going to be using my collection a little bit more often. I could remember when I purchased it, I was so excited, couldn't wait for it to get in the mail, and I just never sat down and gave myself enough time to swatch it. So I went ahead and pre name the tags that I was going to be putting the swatches on, and I am going to be putting them on this ring so that it's more accessible, and hopefully it will allow me to keep them in mind, and I can see exactly which colors I want and which colors I want them to play nicely with. I am so happy that I actually sat down and took the time to swatch this collection, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'm just organizing myself here. I'm using some Entourage Nail Gallery monomer because I've since used up the Valentino monomer, but we're just swatching here, so sorry, Valentino. Um, yes, I cannot wait for you guys to see it, and I'm using my leaf dapping dish that I got last year around this time of the year at the dollar store, believe it or not. It's a candlestick holder, and it works well in the fall season to double as a dapping dish. Okay, so no, I don't have any more. I couldn't tell you how to obtain one right now. I got two of them last year, and I saw one of my other nail sisters using it. I was really excited. So right here, I'm just selecting the first five. So I'm selecting the first five, and I realized that when I labeled them, I had no idea what the colors were going to look like. So the pinks are not all together, the whites are not all together, but we started off the best way we know how. And at some point, I'm just going to rearrange them where all the pinks are flowing and stuff like that. So here we are. I'm selecting the first five. And guys, I am not the greatest at organizing anything, so I'm just really trying to make sense of this situation right here. And I think I did good. I hope you hang in there and enjoy this with me. So these are the first five we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing, number one was, I think, soft white. Let me look at the sticks here. Number one, where are you? Okay, so number one was Soft Touch. Number two is BME. Three is Lux White. Four is Princetta. And five is Perfect Nude. Princetta or Princetta, however you want to pronounce that. So those are the first five we are going to go with. So here we are with the Soft Touch. And let me tell you something, guys. The colors had perfect names. There's only one that I would have renamed, and when we get to it, I would let you know which one that is. I thought that they could have come up with a different name for it. It was so beautiful. So let's see. So the Soft Touch doesn't have much color to it. It's just like, it looks like it's just an opaque white color, if you want to call that white, off-white. And I felt like I held it a little bit too long on the brush, so it was kind of already pulverizing on me. But But the first 5 colors that I picked, I felt like they built on each other. And I'll explain that to you as we go along. So what would I use the soft touch for? I will almost use this in a, you can do a semi milk bath with this, I feel like. It was just, no, I can see you doing something like that, like like a milk bath with it a little bit. And there is no iridescence in there. It's just a opaque white color. Yeah, so I would say it's not, there's not much to see on this one, except that there's endless opportunities for what you want to do with this one, right? So I can see so much stuff being done with the soft white. Or not soft white, it's called soft touch. It's just a soft touch of white that you can use it for lots and lots of different, your imagination can run wild with this one. So far I'm liking the soft touch. You can do, like I said, so much with it. So that's one. Now I have a container on the side to put the jars in, because as you can see, I don't have a lot of room on my table. But it took me a while before I start moving the jars off the table. So now the next one, number 2, was Beer Me. And you're going to see what I mean by when I say they were building on each other. So Beer Me looks a little bit more opaque, but it's still a flat. The first 2 are very flat. And let's see. So I'm doing a voiceover on these guys. It's not as I was doing them, because I like watching FBI files and forensic files and stuff like that while I'm working. So yeah, so I'm doing a voiceover at this point. So this is BME. So BME looks like the opaqueness of the original one was doubled. There is no iridescence in it. It's just opaque, giving you the opportunity to, oh, marbling. Coming to my mind, like when you're blending 2 colors together to do marbling and you want that color in between, this is absolutely what I would use soft touch or BME with. If you blend in colors, if you want to fade out colors, this is amazing. Now that I'm looking at them as they're completely dried, and it gives you lots of possibilities to work with those 2 colors. And at some point, I'm going to compare them for you side by side once they dry. And so please stay tuned for that. If you're first time with me, there we go. This is the soft touch and Bear Me together. You can see that they're now beginning to build on top of each other as far as I'm concerned. So if this is the first time you're here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you haven't done so just yet, like and subscribe, and please share with a friend. So that's BME. Number 3, we're going to swatch the Luxe White. And the Luxe White, you probably cannot tell from the container, or maybe you can. I don't know if you can or not. But I'm going to describe it as it has iridescence in it. And I'm seeing subtle yellows, blue, greens, pinks, iridescence in. I could even see some maybe lavender in there as well. So First of all, I'm going to tell you, I like the way the product applies. It applies really well. It's very user-friendly as far as I'm concerned. And when compared to the first two that I did, I can see where the next step from making it more opaque than the first one, now we added some iridescence to it, and it's an absolutely gorgeous color for doing winter nails. I would definitely mix this with winter blues, winter reds and greens. If you're making snowflakes, it will be great for sugaring. It's an amazing color. So right here, I was beginning to be like, okay, let's see what's next in here. So we have the first pink that Princetta. And of course, once again, this is my Valentino collection. I am swatching for the first time. So this is Prince, Princessa, Princetta. Guys, you see how when I put it down, I was kind of fighting with it there for a second, but at the same time, the powder still dragged down and smoothed out. Amazing. Amazing. And I'm just dragging it forward and making sure I get a good view of the color. I hope you guys can see it really well. At the end of the video, I will do a photo session with the palette sticks, and I will have a reveal at the end. I've had this collection for at least 2 years, and it may have even been 3 years. And I use maybe out of the 24, the 23, 24 colors I have, I've used a few of them regularly. But I had not swatched it to get familiar with what the colors look like. And so I just was not used. It was the most underused powder in my collection, and I kind of wanted to not have them to be so underused. So I decided to sit down, and I couldn't wait to share this with you guys. So that is Princetta. And what's coming next? So the next 5 colors I believe this is Peaches and Cream. Now, which is this, number 5? Oh, no. We have gone too far. So number 5 is Perfect Nude. Perfect Nude. Now, guys, oh no, this is not the one that I overuse. There's one of their nudes that I overuse. Just absolutely love it. And it's almost to the point where I need another container. Perfect Nude. What can I say about Perfect Nude? I thought Perfect Nude was absolutely a perfect nude. Now, when working with nudes, if you are a Irish or a um, Italian or a Latina or an African American person, Chinese, whatever, nudes are different on everybody else because humans come in different hues. Okay. Um, the nudes, what may be perfect for one person might not absolutely be perfect for somebody else. Okay. But when I saw this nude as called Perfect Nude, I was like, well, let's see how perfect it is. And I started swatching it. And the moment the color went down, I already know this is a nude that I personally will be wearing in the near future. All right. It has a little undertone, as far as I'm concerned, of a peach undertone that went well against my bronze skin. Y'all, perfect nude. Try it and see what it looks like against your skin tone. And it's still developing, so it has a little wet, glassy look to it. But now that I'm doing the voiceover and I'm looking at it, it's perfectly dried, and it's something that when I'm looking for nudes, yes, I can definitely choose this as a nude. Now, I like some of my nudes that I like in other collections are nudier, and some of them are darker nudes. But this was a nude that I would be like, oh yeah, I can rock this. So now we're gonna move on to the next five, and I'm following along with just as much as you are, and I have the sticks in my hand so I can really see what they look like. So, what number is this one? We have number six. Number six was peaches and cream. I'm not sure what I was expecting for a peach color, but this color peach, it came out even. There was no marbling on this color, which was really exciting to me. Some of my colors I hadn't, like I said, I hadn't used this collection in forever. So I had to shake them up or give them a little tap before I open them, just to make sure that I get the powders to be blended properly. And peaches and cream, I would say would I say that could be in the nude family? I will definitely wear it as a nude color if I was opting for nudes, but I love the peaches and cream. I love the Valentino powder period, the way it applies, how user friendly it is. It's not a runny powder. And I'm just looking at it next to my skin to see, wow, is this something that would go well with me? Because it's one thing to swatch the colors, but why are we swatching them? How do you select when someone comes in and is looking for a color? How do you do what you do to get them to choose a color palette or whatever? You have to be able to compare it to something. So I was using my skin tone as a Trinidadian American of African descent woman, right? To make it make sense. Valentino, so far I am absolutely loving the colors. So next we're gonna move on to the color number 7. And number 7 is Carnation. In a second, I'll get wise enough to move those things and put them back in the container. All right, so that's carnation. As I pick up a bead here, I'm going to wait for it to start developing. And then I put it out. So then the first thing I noticed when I put this down was how sheer the pink, not necessarily the coverage. The coverages are all opaque as far as I am concerned. This one, I feel like it will cover something, even if it's not a cover, guys. This is definitely not a cover, but depending on what you put on it. So how sheer the color, the actual color, not the coverage, right? You know when you can have something to be sheer color and sheer coverage. I'm talking about the color, how sheer the color was in terms of the pink. So some people don't like pinky, pinky, pinky stuff. I am a pinky girl all day long, twice on a Sunday. And it was a sheer pink color. So, like if you're a beginner and you're putting the color down and you're having a hard time seeing if you're flooding the cuticles or whatever, this will be it's great. You have enough color so that you can actually see what's going on. And it will also be a great blend color for if you're marbling and you want to use something to marble your pinks and have it stay within the pink family. I thought this was a great color. And that's what it looks like against my skin. So if you're looking for just a simple set that, it doesn't have a lot of color in it, maybe your job doesn't allow you to wear color or whatever, this carnation would be a great selection. Then we went on to the bubblegum. And I will actually be doing a video. I have quite a few companies, including my own, has a bubblegum. And on another video, I will be doing a video on not all bubblegums is probably going to be the same color bubblegum. You know what I mean? And so not only are we going to swatch colors, that we can also make recommendations on which bubblegum is truly bubblegummy. All right, so this is Valentino bubblegum. I even have a bubblegum that I got that is a non-brand name bubblegum I bought at my local beauty supply. So just that we do a true comparison and see what colors really look like. Not just within their color family, but when they play nice with others. It's definitely a bubblegum color. Some of the bubblegums could be I have a few bubblegums, and the reason why I have bubblegums, so many of them, is because I was always looking for a bubblegum that didn't scream at Pepto-Bismol at you, and some of them can. This one does not do that. And when we do the comparison to bubblegums, you would see what I'm talking about when I say some of them can scream Pepto-Bismol at you a little bit. They're so pink, and in a weird shade of pink at that. This is blendable, like when you go back to add another bead, how easily it blends. How easily it blends. That's bubblegum, y'all. And that's what it looks like against my skin. Will I use it? Absolutely. Yes, I will. I cannot wait to do the reveal on this. So this is the bubblegum next to the Princetta. And it was important for me to show you them together because you have similar shades, but they all pack a different punch when you look at them. So when you're choosing for yourself or for a guest, you really do have options on, how pink you want to go. And the next one, I'm making a mess here. I'm trying to organize this thing, and then eventually I'll clean up. I'll get wise and clean up the table, guys. I promise you. See, here we go. So I'm starting to put the ones that are already dried on the ring. So we're putting them in order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At some point, I was gonna have to figure it out. That's 6, number 7, and number 8. All right. So um that kind of organized them from falling all over the place. I still didn't put away the containers yet, but I will start doing that soon. So this color really surprised me. This was the violet. And right next to pinks, violets would be my next most beautiful color. I feel like I can do so much because there is just enough color for it to be able to work along with that the base color is not too loud and taken away from other colors or other stuff you may want to blend in with what you're trying to do. So this is the violet. It had just enough violet in there to make me a very happy camper. Look at that, guys. So now if you doing, let me see what I would do with this. If I am doing a set that I wanted to encapsulate flowers in it, like the little buds of flowers right under the surface, and have a little bit of color in the background, this would be perfect for me. All right, you may find other ways to use it, but I can see myself encapsulating some flowers right under the surface of this, and then you put in the crystal clear encapsulation, which is Valentino's clear, and have it be just enough color on the bottom, just enough violet on the bottom to not overpower what you're actually trying to encapsulate in it. So this is a definite will use for me now that I'm actually seeing it. What do you guys think? How would you use it? Yep. And I feel like it wasn't overpowering that it can actually I was actually rather surprised. I'm not going to tell any lies. I'm not saying that these people are not paying me, but I was extremely surprised at how wearable these colors are against my skin tone. Truly amazed. And good job, Valentino, because sometimes you get colors that is like, ew, it just don't look right if you're darker skin tone. Sometimes I'm like, who they making these colors for? And I have to remind myself that, you're a little bit darker than most, and it will just look differently. All right, guys, I told you I was going to get wise and clean up the table. So here it is. I'm moving the powders and putting them in the container that I normally store it in so that it gave me some elbow room to work. Yay, round of applause for me. And then as soon as those sticks dries, I will put them on the ring as well in order. So now we are going to go with the next color, which is lustrous pink. Give it a little tap on the top before I open it. All right, we got some lustrous pink. And let's see what that looks like. So the third one we did was Lux White. And we described some iridescence that was in that one. So now this is the lustrous pink, which now that I am doing the comparison, it could be either the bubblegum or the violet, or it could be a different color altogether. But the bottom line is it's a light color, so a share color, and it has iridescence in this one. I love iridescence colors. So the Lux White and the Luxurious Pink, if I have a guest that came in and they're not comfortable with a whole lot of color on their hands, this gives just a slight shimmer, and it gives a slight shimmer. And I'm thinking of another company who has a color. I'm not going to say it on this video because this is a Valentino color swatch. Beautiful for someone who are a minimalist, who just want. So like my 18th anniversary for renewal is coming up on the 18th of this month, and this would be a great color for me to do a minimalist set. Yes, the lustrous pink will be a color I can use to do a minimalist set, which I would probably do. So we letting these dry. Lustrous pink. I like it. The next color we are going for is Cotton Candy. Now, Cotton Candy is one of my favorite gel colors. And I was curious and exciting to see what this would look like on a swatch. And I just noticed that we have two number 10s. How is that possible? Anyways, we'll rectify that a little bit later. So now number 11 is Cotton Candy. Then we would have, that's 11. 12 is the Glorious Nude, which we're going to switch the second number 10 to make it the Glorious Nude. 13 is Butterlicious. 14 Hidden Pleasures, and 15 Classic Nude. All right, so that's the lineup coming up next. I feel like I should have a commercial break there or something. So permit me to change this double 10s. We know there can't be two 10s. But we have, so now we change that to number 12. And then I'm going to have that problem again somewhere down the line, but we'll deal with that when we get there. So, like I said, cotton candy, um, glamorous nude, hidden pleasure, butterlicious will be the numbers that are coming up, and classic nude. So if there was a color that you wanted to see, or you're like, oh my gosh, I have some of these, but I don't have all of them. These are the 5 that are coming up in the next section. So we're going to start with cotton candy. Oops. So you can see I haven't really used it as a full container. I did open them at some point, but I just never did anything with them. So now, if you are a cotton candy lover, there is not a whole lot you can do to cotton candy to dissatisfy me. And this cotton candy is perfect. I would do a pink on pink with this. If you're looking for a more subtle pink on pink. Now, this will go awesome with a fuchsia pink. So my philosophy is, if you're doing a mini skirt, if you do a mini skirt and you have lots of chest showing, then it kind of make you look stinky. But if you do a mini skirt with a long sleeve and the top is covered up, you kind of look classy, right? So in this, I'm saying that to say the cotton candy is opaque enough, and there is enough cotton candy deliciousness going on in this color right here, that when you put any shades of brighter pinks over this, you cannot, absolutely cannot, will not go wrong in pairing this cotton candy, very opaque, very cotton candy-ish, with pinks or even lavenders for your artwork. I thought this was an amazing cotton candy. I should probably shake my colors up a little bit because they have been sitting, but nonetheless, this cotton candy was absolutely gorgeous. Look at it against my skin, guys. Isn't that pretty? And it's still wet, so it has a slight glossy to it. And I just wanted you to see what it looks like next to violet and lustrous pink. Right? Beautiful lineup right there. Valentino was doing their thing. So let's see. So that was cotton candy. The next in the lineup would be Glorious Nude. And let's see if this nude lives up to its name. Or Glamorous Nude. Glamorous Nude, guys. I'm pronouncing it, the name of it is Glamorous Nude. Not glorious, but glamorous nude. I cannot read, therefore I cannot read. Y'all are probably wondering, why is she saying glorious when it's, I can see it says glamorous nude right there. I cannot read, therefore I cannot read. Okay, so Is she glamorous? Let's pull it down and see. Yes, she is. Now it's a flat nude. There isn't any iridescence in there. It's just nude. When you're looking for nude, sometimes you just want nude. I cannot wait for a couple of my sets that are coming up for me to start um incorporating Valentino into my work. I think when I first got this collection, I used it. I was so excited, and then I just, if you don't swatch your colors, you really don't know what you have, and you'll be guessing. And I tend to stick with the familiar colors that I know. If I know something works well, I will just go straight to it. And because I didn't swatch this, I could not go to it. I don't know what I'm looking for, right? This collection has lived up to its name. I'm not gonna tell no lies. I wish I had done this a lot sooner. I wish I had done it a lot sooner because I would have done quite a few sets using my Valentino collection. Look at it, guys. Now, this is like, let me tell you something. You know, when you go into a party and you need to be sophisticated, and your husband's ex girlfriend is going to be there, and you just want to come out classy, reserved, and yeah, I'm his wife, and I'm classier than you. This is the color you're going for. Glamorous nude. She ain't gonna be able to say nothing to you. Okay? In the right set. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, ma'am. I'm his wife. It's that's it, guys. That's the one that's the one when you have to profile, if you know what I mean. Oh my God, glamorous nude. You're saying and doing things. All right, so now we're going to clean up some of this. So I'm making some progress on my table. Glamorous nude, you saying something. This is, I'm the bank manager. Um, yes, I'm a boss lady. That's what that is saying. So the next one we're going to go for is Butterlicious. Now I had no idea what I was supposed to be looking for in a Butterlicious color. So this was going to be a surprise to me. And if you've never used it, this color, let's be pleasantly surprised together. So I pick up some and I'm looking at it, let me see what it looks like. Oh my goodness. So for Butterlicious, I'm not sure if I was expecting something a little bit more on the yellow side because it says butter, right? No judgment zone here. But let's see what I would use Butterlicious for. Butterlicious would be my best friend sitting next to me, looking classy, just as I am, saying, yeah, uh, she's his wife. This is you and your best friend going out here profiling. Glamorous Nude and Butterlicious. These are two best friends coming out fierce together. So it has nothing to do with yellow. So that was my first pleasant surprise. It wasn't a yellow color. It did go down like butter. So I can see where the Butterlicious is coming from. But it's just another classy, elegant color. And hopefully I would put this against my skin so you guys can see what I mean. So sometimes for me, white is a little bit too white on my nails by itself. And depending on what I want, white is okay. But like a pure white or something like that might be a little bit too much of a white out for you if that's not what you're going for. And this is definitely not white, but it will definitely, against my skin tone, I feel like would be a great substitute for a white color. And it's not white at all, guy. It's tan. But if you're looking for a substitute for white in whatever you're working on, it is in the nudesy color, but it's not nude, it's not a dark nude, but I feel like it could be a substitute for a white. And look at that. You see what I'm talking about now, right? Look at it on the inside of my hand. If you're a lighter, dark-skinned person, when my skin transitions, you can see this is a color that can take you places. A color that will take you places. And you see what I mean when I talk about the two classy girlfriends going out together? You could even do bridals with these two colors right here, guys. Anything that has lace, it's bridal. Yeah, that's the vibes that I'm actually getting. Not just the wifey vibes, but look at it against my skin. Amazing, right? Matter of fact, there's quite a few colors in here that will give bridal vibes. Or is giving bridal vibes. So what we have now, hidden pleasure. Alrighty, so what I found out so far, there is 3 colors that I need to put close to each other when I redo the ring. Let me make sure I'm saying hidden pleasure. Now, hidden pleasure is a color I've used multiple times. I actually have 2 containers of hidden pleasure and 2 containers of another color we haven't showcased yet. I'll let you know when we get there. So hidden pleasure is a color that has golds and iridescence in there. Beautiful, amazing. I actually will bling this out with gold blings on the top. Anything that is in the amber colors, the gold tone colors for a gold on gold, very beautiful. OMG. And I've actually used this in combination with another color that is in this collection that is absolutely gorgeous. Look at it, baby. Would I use this as a bridal? I would use this as an anniversary color. Look at it, yo. Next to my hand where my skin color transitions. I'm a colorist when I'm coloring here, and it's just one of those things. I see color different than the average person does. This is an amazing color right here. So that was hidden pleasures. I have a surprise coming up in the next go round. And this was, honestly to goodness, was a surprise for me. I had no idea what to expect, and I was pleasantly surprised. So what are we going for here? The next one would be Oh, no, that's Hidden Pleasures. We still getting rid of Hidden Pleasures? Classic Nude. Now, you can tell I have used, this is more than half of the container is consumed already, and I can tell you it was consumed all on me. I have not used my Valentino collection on anybody. This is one that I'm keeping all to myself. I don't know what to tell you all about this other than this color is my most overused Valentino color, because when I didn't use any of the other colors in the collection, I certainly did back-to-back collections sets on myself using Classic Nude. Now, Classic Nude and Hidden Pleasures I've used in prior to this swatching. And the reason why I used the Hidden Pleasures before is because I saw somebody else's video and they had Hidden Pleasures and I liked what it looked like. And so I was like, ooh, I have a Valentino collection. And so I went and got my Hidden Pleasures and I used it. I think it was Hidden Pleasures and Dulce de Leche. Up until the last set I have before the one that you're seeing on my hand right now, I did 3 sets back to back to back. You can go look at them on my videos. Was done with the Classic Nude. And when I tell you it changed my attitude walking around with these nails on, I just knew my nails was looking good. Right? If you're uncomfortable with nudes and you're not really sure if you want to go into the pink nudes and the darker brown nudes or whatever, try Classic Nude. It's definitely a nude that will help you get comfortable in the nude department. So we're doing a recap here of the colors we did. Glamorous Nude, Butterlicious, Hidden Pleasure, and Classic Nude. All right, that's those bad boys you're looking at right there. Very, very nice. The next 1, 2, 3 colors that are coming up is first time. First time I am actually seeing what they look like in person. I have also never seen what the blushing. So of this lineup here, this 5 here, there's only one color that I've seen. I know exactly what it looks like. So let's get surprised together. So this one is called Creme. C-R-E-M-E, accent on the first E, Creme. And all I can tell you guys is that this collection should have never sat on in my collection of powders unused. Okay? I think it's a very conservative, very classy set of powders. They are very easy to apply. They self-level amazingly. And the colors are even, no marbling. Okay? If you're concerned about, is the color going to have a marbling effect on me? It's not marbling. And Creme, it makes me think of something in Paris. And when they say creme de la creme, the cream of the crop, listen, this was another classy. Now, this is my classy cousin coming out to say, yeah, I'm the wife, right? Sometimes you just need to be classy, and this collection just brings out classy to me. And now it's the holiday time. There's going to be a lot of Christmassy holiday nails. A lot of people are going to be doing that. And I will do some holiday Christmas nails. But I think for this holiday season, I want to go out more with a classy look. And this Valentino collection is going to help me out in the classy department for making some really cool, classy looking nails. Now, I really didn't intend for this to be like a review of the product, except that I was swatching it, but I feel like they come hand in hand. Look at that, guys. Look at it. I mean, what can you say about? And I'm not putting the stick directly on my skin because the manama is still wet, and we don't want to do allergic reactions here. But look at creme against my skin. We're gonna let that dry and we're gonna look at it again. First time I'm seeing that one. Now, the next color that is coming up is the prettiest pink. And I have a couple of, I don't have one in my line. Look at that, look at this against my skin, guys. I told y'all, now that it's drying, I told y'all, they weren't playing with it. So we're gonna go to prettiest pink. I'm gonna actually do a bubblegum video and I'm gonna do a prettiest pink video. And we're gonna check out some prettiest pinks in different brands when we do our comparison videos to see who's bringing the prettiest pink and who's not. So let's check out what this prettiest Valentino pink look like. First time we're gonna see it, first time I'm seeing it in person. Okay. See, prettiest pink and bubblegum varies so much for different companies who have their prettiest pink that really you can't just go by the name of one company have a prettiest pink and then you're going to use their another company's prettiest pink and think that it's going to be the same. I actually like this prettiest pink. And since I've never really do a side-by-side comparison, I can't really tell you which one of the prettiest pink is the prettiest pink, but we're going to get to that in another video soon and very, very soon. But in terms of whether or not it's a pretty pink, it is a pretty pink. This is another, I will do a pink on pink. Matter of fact, I think a pink on pink is coming up soon on a video. Because I can do a holiday pink on pink. What do you guys think? Is she pretty or not? And look at it against my skin. I have not found thus far, and I'm looking for a color that does not match me. Okay? I'm looking for something to say that this is not going to look good against my skin, and I haven't found one yet. Right? And I'm just looking at it in different shades of my body. mm. That's prettiest pink. Like it, like it, like it, like it. Now, when I saw the name on this one, heliotrope, so heliotrope. What is a heliotrope? I had no idea. First of all, if I'm even pronouncing the name correctly, Heliotrope. So naturally, in my head, I had no way of figuring out what color I was going to look for. And that's one of the great things about this collection is, you know, such like the bubblegum and the prettiest pink. I know other colors call themselves bubblegum and prettiest pink. So, I was being a little bit judgy looking at the color to see how does it compare to something else that I've already seen. This, I have no idea what I'm looking at. If I'm pronouncing the name right, what I'm looking at. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. So first of all, it developed nicely on the brush. Look at that. And I put it down. And the moment I put it down, my brain started. So there is a color on the set that I'm actually wearing right now. And I'm putting it down and I'm thinking, no. Like, I don't know what a heliotrope is. If somebody know what that is, please drop it in the description box because in the comment section, because I had no idea what a heliotrope is. Um, whether it's a made up name or something, but it was such a gorgeous color that my brain started going, and I'm saying to myself, I really did not want to compare to bring another brand into this video where I am swatching the colors. But then I said to myself, wouldn't it be a great compliment to the Valentino powder that not only is it great on its own, it's standing on its own, it's a great color all by itself, but what happens if it plays nicely with others? So I set out on a mission. I said, wait a second. First of all, let me look at it. Guys, of all the colors, now, I know I've already told you guys I was looking for a color that did not match me. I needed to take those words back because heliotrope, trope, Trope, rope, heliotrope. Listen, look at it. Did it warm up my skin or what? Like, I had no clue what I was supposed to be expecting, so I had no judgments to put against this color because I've never heard the name. So I was like, wait a second, we're going to have to do this a second time. And we're going to have to compare this to something. If we're going to really make this swatch something that somebody can believe that I'm not just kissing rumps with Valentino. So I leaned over to my right because I have no reason to say these things. I don't know these people. I don't know the company. I bought this products maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I never used it. Right? So bought them, and I'm recuperating at home, and I was like, let me just swatch my Valentino collection, and you see the color on the tip of my nails. That's what I'm looking for right now. So I was like, okay, calm down, Carol. It's a nice color, but let's see if it works nicely with others. Okay, so I am looking for a color that I could blend it with. And I came up with something. So I am going to actually open it up. It's some glitter I have in my collection, and in the Entourage Nail Gallery collection, and we're gonna put it down on the end right here. So we're going to do an ombre with this. So this would be called a commercial interruption right here. We're just going to settle it down. And I'm going to do two different things with it right here. So the first one, I'm just putting the glitter down. And then I'm going to go for a small blend bead in the heliotrope color. Small bead, nothing, too exciting. And I'm just going to put it down to see if it blended well. If we could match this with something I already have in my arsenal for products, right? And I looked at it and I was like, OMG. Look at it, guys. So the heliotrope covered the glitter. That's one thing I'm noticing. So it has coverage in this color. See how nicely she went down? And then I'm going to go back and then I'm going to take some of the glitter and go over it and see if I can do a reverse blend here. Like, gently bring it into a thicker blend on the bottom. So it kind of slight powder, slight glitter, and then it comes into the thickness of the glitter on the bottom. Let me tell you guys something. You can guarantee you're going to see this together in a set. You're going to see it together in one of my sets. You cannot go wrong with this. I would not walk to my computer. I would run to my computer and see if Valentino still have this particular shade of powder. Totally, totally, absolutely amazing. I am actually, so this is, so when I decided to name this one, I said heliotrope plays nice with other colors. No, it plays nice with others. Okay? And this is number 18 on my Swatch stick, and it become number 18A. I mean, I wasn't even going to try to get rid of it. If I'm definitely going to be putting this on one of my guests as a combination. Unbelievable. It says everything about the holidays right here. I'm going to a holiday party and I'm going to my kids' um, holiday wedding. Look at it next to my skin. Lighter shade people, more bronzer skin tone. Can't go wrong. Beautiful. Heliotrope plays nice with others. Mm, mm, mm. No, that indeed was a pleasant surprise. Don't stop being so judgy, Carol. I had no idea what to expect, and they delivered. Beautiful. So now we're going to clean up some of these and get them out of my way and clean up and get ready to bring the last 5 colors in. 5 or 4 colors in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we designated that one 18A. I just couldn't really get over how absolutely amazing it was. Okay, so that was 18 and 18A in my swatches. So this one I've used it before. I know exactly what this looked like. And this is Dolce de Leche. Dolce de Leche. I think I said Leche before. It's Dolce de Leche. Some of you may have, if you've ever have tried Valentino, you don't have the collection, but you have one color that you may have tried. Um, Back in the early 2022, everybody was, there's a lot of people was using this particular color. Those are the leches. So this was when I purchased this color, it was as a single item when I purchased from Valentino, and I wanted to see what it was like. That was the single item color that I purchased, and then I went in and purchased the entire collection that you see me swatching here right now. Look at it. It just went down. I practically could have just put it down and just let it settle itself down, and the color just did what it did. And I can't wait for you guys to see this one against my skin either. And when I wore this, I'm remembering I wore it as a straight set. The very first time I did a straight set. I may have a video, may or may not have a video. I don't know if I was YouTubing then. But look at this. Yeah. Yeah. This is me and my husband. I'm going out as a guest at somebody's wedding. That's it right there. Look at it on the lighter side of my skin. Look at it when my skin blends. Nice, 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 nice. Run, run, run. Add this one to your basket too. I don't have a code because I'm not sponsored. But that's Dulce de Leche. Alrighty. And I have two colors in here that I've used in this section of 5 that are coming up. And this one is called, number 20 is called Blushing. Baby, don't blush. Don't blush, baby. I actually noticed that this one the pink was separated. So I just took a second to blend it. It was the only one in the collection that actually made me feel like, stir this one up a little bit because it's a little bit separated in the container. And I wanted to make sure that I got a true representation of what this color was. And I went all the way down to the bottom and make sure I got it nice and blended. And now we're going to go in for the swatch. And this is the very first time I'm seeing a representation of what blushing. In Trinidad, we'll say, no blush, baby. Yes. I think the pinks in this collection was absolutely amazing. And they are on the softer pink side. They come out evenly distributed. And I feel like I will be going to some of these colors now that I have a swatch stick for them, that they would not be missing out on me working with them. I do have to get some of their Valentino monomer, so I will have to order some, but I want to make sure I get a big enough container so that I can feel free to roam around the cabin with this one. Blushing. I am so blushing right now. It's so cute. So my next step is to go order some, probably some of their gels to see what the gels look like against, if they the color palettes kind of work with the classic color palettes anyways, works with their colors, their powders. And oh my goodness, I can remember back in the day when color powders were coming out And I asked my nail tech to use the color powder, and he was like, no, color powders are so hard to work with because when you come back and you want something else, we don't know how to match it or whatever his excuse was. And now, I mean, color powders is all up the rave right now. Now look at this. And I just wanted to see it against some of the other previous pinks that I did. And I'm going to pick some of them up in a second so we can have a good look at them. So I'm putting these back together so that I can keep them organized for right this second. Give me some space to work with on the table. And we're going to line up some of the pinks. And I mean, this is a good looking bunch of swatches. Okay. And I haven't seen somebody swatch a Valentino collection in a while. And so I'm glad I did this one because I had no idea. Like, oh, look at that. That's a good looking bunch of colors. Amazing. It's an awesome lineup right there. So I'm going to put that to the side so we got some space to work. And I'm coming back with a second rendition so you really get to see these pinks together. I mean, bubblegum, violet, princetta, lustrous pink, cotton candy. I mean, they just carnation. They just really, really looking good. Okay, blushing. You can't go wrong with any of the pinks. You choose them according to what you think would look good against your skin. And um yeah, okay. Now everybody, this is Bad and Bougie. Um and I want to compare this to another company. And so we're going to change this 12 to 23 since we had two 12s. And there is no, we can't have two 12. We simply can't have that. So 23 is Bad and Bougie. What is this? Oh, that was the blushing we just finished using. And yes, Bad and Bougie, I promise you it's coming. So the next one, my apologies, we coming in with raspberry cheesecake. Now, if that don't make me want to send my husband out to the Cheesecake Factory, I don't know what will. But let's see if it holds up to what the stuff we find at the Cheesecake Factory. Raspberry cheesecake. Mm, mm, mm. OMG. Isn't she beautiful? Was I expecting more raspberry? Judging me? Yes. When I first put it down, I was expecting a little bit more raspberry. But sometimes you cannot judge the colors when they are wet, right? Because nobody's really sitting around admiring their nails when it's wet. You admire them when they dry and finish and glossed over and polished over. So in the beginning, I was like, well, where's the raspberry? But as it started to dry, I started to see the raspberry cheesecake in there. I really did. So on this one, guys, the raspberry cheesecake, give it a little bit, give it a second. Don't be too judgy while you're putting it down. Don't be a judging Amy. Beauteous, 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 beauteous. Now, raspberry. It's as it's drying, you're gonna see the purpley come in there. And I don't think this collection was meant to be a bold nothing. It was supposed to be classy. It was supposed to be subtle, and it's supposed to be gorgeous. And I think this collection lived up to that expectation. Look at it, at the different shades of my skin. So if I have to say anything about this collection compared to anything else, if you are one of those nail techs who are actually taking clients and your clients are a little bit timid about color, listen, you could make the classiest woman an envy of your salon because she cannot get enough of this Valentino experience. And I am going to come back with a lot of Valentino colors. Oh my goodness. So this next color is called Excite Me. Excite Me, as you can see, is very, very iridescent. It's going to give you a lot of holiday vibes using this one. A lot of wintry holiday vibes. That's all I can tell you about Excite Me. I'm excited about it. Excite Me. Woohoo. And we just have one more to go. So right here, I'm comparing the Excite Me with the Hidden Pleasure. And I think there is another, they're like cousins. Okay? So one of them would be gold and one of them, the Excite Me has gold in it, but it's against an opaque white backdrop. And like I said to you guys, on my darker skin, I feel like whites by itself, I need my whites to have a little bit of something else going on. And Excite Me will exactly do that for me. I wonder if that one comes in a gel. I have to look on their website. Look at it on my skin, guys. Yep. That's Excite Me, guys. And after we did Excite Me, I had just one more color to show. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. I know this is a long video. But yeah. So this is the last of my swatching, my colors to swatch. And this is Bad and Bougie. Not to be confused with Bougie Beige, but Bad and Bougie. Okay? And let's go for a twirl on this one. I don't think I've ever used this one before either. Maybe I have not, because it looked like I used it at least once. Hey. I like. Listen, all I can promise you guys is in the future, you will be seeing me using a lot more of my Valentino collection. A lot more of my Valentino collection. Look at that. Bad and Bougie. I am surprised at myself that I did not do much more work with this collection that I have. Like I said, it's been sitting there, just hanging out, patiently waiting for me to explore it a little bit more. And now that I did this, and sometimes I'm lazy with swatching my colors, and I just move on to something else and purchase something else because somebody says that something is beautiful, and I already have beauty that I'm beholding, right? So, OMG. Yes. This is Bad and Bougie. You will definitely look forward to seeing me wearing this. So I have my work cut out for me. On the 18th of November, like I said, I'm having my 18th anniversary, and I have to really sit down and contemplate what it is I am, what do I want my nails to look like? Mm, mm, mm. So the raspberry cheesecake and the bougie beige is what I'm showing you here together. And I am looking for what it does to my skin tone, wearability, and if you had somebody who wanted one of these colors and they kind of wanted an option, look at it, guys. I mean, what else do you want me to say? Mm. I mean, up and down my arm as the color changes, it's just. Mm. That is it, guys. Ibbity, ibbity, ibbity. That's all I have for you in terms of the color. But this one, the transitions were, you know, the set that I have on right now could have actually been done with the bougie beige. Well, we already know the heliotrope would have heliotrope. I hope I'm saying it. I'm gonna have to put it into something and get the correct pronunciation of that word. But look at that. I could have done the set that I'm wearing currently with that. Alrighty, so it was amazing for me discovering what this amazing collection I have in my hands, what it looks like. And so I look forward to putting out some videos for you guys. Um, Putting out some videos for you guys to actually see what I came up with in my collection of Valentino colors. If you use Valentino colors currently, let me know. And I'll be happy to hear how you feel about it. If you want to see me use this Valentino collection, please, please, please say so. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Mm-mm-mm. I wish I had been playing with this a little bit more, but it's going to get me fired up now to figure out who, what, when, where, and why. You know, who am I going to put this on? Mm. So this is a beautiful swatch stick right here. And we have one imposter in there playing nice with the Valentino powder. I promise you, um, I don't know that Valentino carries a lot of glitters and stuff like that. And if you're a bling girl like me, you're going to have to mix it up with somebody else's stuff. Um, yeah. And this was the last set that we did. The heliotrope, the dolce, the lychee. There's a couple others in there. Creme, prettiest pink.